Federal High Court in Malaysia sentenced me death by hanging. They took me to the prison where I stayed and I had my
double wahala for one Nigerian lady when they sentenced to death by hanging for Malaysia. After she gave birth in Malaysia prison, she spent over 3 years when she did a wait for trial. They can finally sentence her to death by hanging for a crime she believes say her husband intentional deceive her, trick her to commit for Malaysia. The man know the crime, say na death penalty, but he deceived this lady, make she do am. My people, make una hear to read. Carry una chair, make una listen. May I Tessie Gist TV not marry my enemy. So women when we say one marry abroad-based man, una they jump, they follow akate. Abroad, then if I come, he come for. Be careful, because some of una don't know where see some of those men they do for abroad when they dey. Make you not go use your head, they pay for crime when you don't know one, no two for. As I dey watch this woman story, I can't dey cry. Una go see here what it can happen to that husband when he do this kind of thing to her. Una see, I want marry abroad, you want carry me come abroad. See what this woman dead by hanging. But what now happened at last? It shocked me. You see this life? You know, balance so.
Miss Peace and Ekole Okulu. 2009, I got married to my husband, Mr. George Onazi. So after the marriage, he traveled to Malaysia. So that I went back to stay with his family. That was 2010, January, he traveled. So by 2011, April, he called me and said he wanted me to come over to see him. Because then I was having like a kind of growth in my eye. So that was what he told me, that I should come over so we can just do the operation in Malaysia. Then I was pregnant for my second child. So at first, I never wanted to. I find the invitation somehow because I was sick. I was just taking in for my second child. So later, he pushed harder. I said I should come because the operation in Nigeria is not so okay. That I feared there would be complications. So I accepted the invitation. Then I traveled to Lagos, where I stayed with his elder sister. But all through the process of the passport, I went to the embassy office in Ikoyi. I did the passport myself. But the visa, ticket, everything was arranged by him. So he told me that around that April, when I was in Lagos with his elder sister, that one of his friends will be coming from Malaysia, Mr. Julius. So that he bought a bag for me as a kind of gift present. So I was like, okay. So we waited. He said I should wait, that the process, the process is in, everything is in process. So I was waiting, and I was with his elder sister. So one fateful Sunday, he called me and said, the bag is ready, that the friend just, sorry for the delay, the friend came, he's trying to put one or two things in order, so I'm fit to collect the bag. So I said, how can I locate this your friend? Then later he called me and said, there's no need to see the friend. So he sent his younger brother to go collect the bag from the friend. That Sunday I was preparing to go to church, but I stayed back because he said the bag will be coming in the morning. But we waited till it was around after 2, the younger brother came with the bag. So yeah, his elder sister and her daughter, one Miss Jane and Rejoice, they were in the house with me. So when they brought the bag, I said I don't need the bag because it's too big for my clothes. I'd already packed my things in my own bag. So he now called me, said I should come with that bag. The bag is that I should come with the bag. That
he
the
was
bag
insisting. They insist, say make you carry the bag.
Insist, say my carry the bag come. Say the bag they matured, look like bag when you carry travel to overseas. So me being naive and with the trust I have for a husband, I never one day would believe that my husband can use me for drug trafficking. So when I opened the bag, I saw attachment, the one they used to make hair. That was what I saw in the bag. So I was like, he now called me. I said, what are all these things for? He said, in Malaysia, attachment is very expensive. That I should bring it. That's into the business. That's the business is do. So me, I'm like, this bag is too big for my clothes because the journey is just for like 2 weeks, as he said it, for operation, because then I was into auxiliary nurse practice of a thing. So I said I cannot just leave my practice and just go over and stay in Malaysia. I said only for 2 weeks. So that was why I packed few clothes. So he insisted. So when we checked the bag again, down the bag there was CD plates, Nigerian CD plates, Nigerian movie. So I was like, what are all these things for? He said, just come over, that's the business I do. It's very expensive in Malaysia. So me being nice, because I was 22 going to 23 years then, and with the trust I have for him. So the elder sister was like, okay, since he insists. So it was the elder sister's daughter that helped me, because I was pregnant, I was dizzy, I was not strong. So they helped me pack all my things. We transferred all my clothes to the bag. That was how I left for Malaysia on Monday. So when I got to the airport, I transit the bag and I entered the flight. So my transit from Malaysia, from Nigeria to Dubai. So for Dubai, there was a stopover for like, I think 2 hours like that, I was waiting. So I think they detected the thing from Dubai, because on reaching to Malaysia, where they stamped me and then I was going to get my luggage. Before as soon as I touched the bag, I was surrounded with by a group of men but they were not on uniform. I never even knew they were policemen. So they're like, madam, your bag? I said, yes, it's my bag. It's okay, follow us. I said, why? Me, I'm coming from Nigeria and I'm very tired. I'm pregnant. I need to go, I need to rest. I need to eat. Because all throughout from the flight, I wasn't eating, I was vomiting. And I'm not used to their food. So they now pleaded, they said I should just give them few hours of my time, that if it's not what they are thinking, that they'll let me go. So I followed them to a room. As soon as we got to the room, they make me sit in the middle of the room and they put the bag in the table. There's a table in the middle of the room. So they brought screwdriver. I was like, screwdriver? Like, I don't even know what was going on. But at the time I started like, okay, maybe that could be I was just like, I was shaking all over. So they said I should calm down, that there's something they saw in my bag. I said, something like what? They said I should calm down. So when they opened the bag, it was like, okay, this is the bag. They opened the bag, then they packed the drug inside, then they coupled it back. So they used a screwdriver. It took them like 2 hours to open the whole bag. That was when they brought out like 3 bags of drugs and they coupled it back again. So you don't have idea of drug trafficking and being there. There's no way you ever know there's something in that bag. And coming from a husband I married. So I was shocked, and that was when they started beating me, that I have to tell them the truth, or else it will not be funny. So I said, I don't know. With me, I had invitation letter from my husband. So they're like, and his phone number was written on it. So I was, okay, that was when it occurred to me, like, how come I'm coming to see my husband and he told me he's not going to come to the airport to pick me. So there's an address in the invitation letter that as soon as they stamp me out, when I get my luggage, I should just get a taxi, give them the letter, they'll take me to the apartment where he stays. So the police drove me down to the apartment by following the address in the invitation letter, and they disguise themselves, make it look as if they are taxi drivers. So when we got to the apartment, they called. So there was one guy that came out. They arrested one Mr. Kingsley. But me, I don't know anything. I don't know him. I cannot implicate innocent person. I told them this is not my husband. But then when they were beating Mr. Kingsley, he said, my husband, George Unazi, ran away. So that was how he left. He was saying like he would get a lawyer for me. No lawyer. I was in the lockup for police cell for 14 days. And they took me to court. After then, they took me to the prison where I stayed and I had my baby. That was how I had a baby there, and nothing, no news of him. So this is friend Mr. Julius that brought the bag to Nigeria. He came to visit me and started coming to visit me. So I was like, you know about the bag, you're the one that brought the bag. How come you guys can do something like that to me? He said, no, he never
visit you for prison.
Yes, this is Mr. Julius.
You know, dragging trouser, raise alarm.
There was a demarcation.
You know, signal the police there, the people, the prison wardens say, see one of the people where implicate you, make them drag the person.
So the thing was the shock. I was acting like abnormal. So for the first few months in prison, I was not like talking, not eating, because I was still in shock. So I don't even know what was happening. So that was when he came, he was apologizing. He said it's not his fault, that my husband never told me that I'm his wife. He said it's one of his cousin sister that is coming.
Even if it's his cousin sister.
So I was like, okay, since I came now, you know, the food is very bad and I'm pregnant. You know, they sell milk around there. So like nobody is coming for me, saying that's why I summoned the courage to come. Please don't worry, we'll take care of you. We've gotten a lawyer. That's what they told me. They paid a lawyer. But whenever I go to court, there's no lawyer till they transfer the case to Federal High Court in Malaysia. So when he got to Federal High Court in Malaysia, there was nothing they could do about it. I have to like face the law, which was law of 1952. The law of 1952, there is no pardon, is death by hanging. So I was in remand for 4 years. I kept going to court because there was no lawyer to represent me. Later, Mr. Julius came again that, okay, the first lawyer they took is, he ate the money and ran away, that they paid one lawyer. The lawyer, it was
so
one of
the Mr. Julius come meet you for prison?
Yes.
And you still no raise alarm again?
I don't know, like maybe I was too naive. I don't even understand what was going on then. The shock, the baby, everything, the suffering. I was just like, my baby is there, where we sleep on the floor. There was no good food for the baby, and I was not eating anything good like that will produce enough breast milk for the baby. So the embassy, I was opportune, like one day a Nigerian embassy came and they saw me. They promised to do something, so they were aware about my case. But at first, after 3 months, my husband came. Then he now gave me stories. He gave me the story like it was a setup. Actually, he went into business with one of his colleagues, and they said he cheated them. So when they knew it was his cousin that would die, but he was trying to, I think, believe him as usual as a husband, because me, I never thought he could do something like that to
and
me.
Your husband still visit you for prison?
Yes, that is when he started telling me the story. He told me this story that it was actually a setup, that I should not worry, that he had a deal with one of their business associates, and they lied against him, that he ran away with their stuff. So they're trying to get back at him. That was what they did. So me, I don't still understand the whole thing, because I still have, like, they were taking me for counseling under psychiatry because it affected me, that I was not myself. So whenever he talks, people can be talking, but I'll just be hearing like noises on my head because of the shock. I was still in shock. So I don't understand everything that was happening until when the embassy helped me. They carried the baby, because the stress of nursing a child myself in prison. So it like made me like I was like having mental issues. So until I was in prison one day, a lawyer came, one of the best lawyers in Malaysia. It was Mr. Kapasin, but then he never paid the lawyer. He just went there he tricked the lawyer and made them to like open my file. According to the lawyer said he was supposed to pay 70,000 ringgit. Then he told the lawyer that he was going to pay, and that was the end of him. That was how he left Malaysia. Even when I was about to send my son back, it was with the help of our embassy. I met a white lady in prison that told me that her mother would be ready to keep my son, because the suffering was too much for the baby, that the baby was always sick. And the country then was, as per 2011 that I was arrested, to 2013, they were racist. They don't like black there, and the baby is very dark. So if my baby is sick, that I go to the warders, they just like, all they do is they chase me.
Oh my God.
So it was so sick to the point that I almost lost the baby. That was when this kind white girl, she was also in prison. She told me about her mom, and she introduced me to the mom. And the mom came with this Mr. George's friend, Julius. That was how they introduced the woman to the embassy, and I went to the court. That was how she picked my son, and she helped me care for the boy for 2 months, depending on when the embassy will prepare his passport. I have my son's passport here.
Okay.
So that was how the embassy helped me send the boy to Nigeria. There was no trace of him till 2015. When I went for my finance, I lost my case. So they sentenced me death by hanging. That was around May 12th. So it was the same May that Barack Obama came to Malaysia and was like pleading on behalf of foreign prisoners, and they should like try to change the section of the drug case in Malaysia. So they now put an end to hanging to women, but they now made it life imprisonment. So that was how I was sentenced, and with the help of this white woman, I gave his number to this white woman, and she helped me contacted, because then my son has gone back to Nigeria. She helped me contacted my husband George. He lied to her that they should tell me that my father passed away, that is raising money to bury my father while my father was fully alive. That was the story he gave them. So me thinking it was true, because nobody was coming to visit me. I don't have call card to call my family. So that even made me more depressed. I started hearing voices because I thought I've lost my father. Until somehow somebody like just saw me, and my lawyer, this very particular lawyer he tricked, she became so like interested in me. She was like, don't worry, I don't know why, I just felt like I should help you. Forget about the money, I will stand for you. So that was when
let's appreciate this lawyer.
Then I was already in live imprisonment. So she started digging in, because the system there is, if you don't pay them, they don't take your case serious. So it was later when she saw like the way everything was going, and with this white woman that picked the baby, she has a friend, an influential man. The man, they became interested in me. So that was how they all went together. They went to the airport trying to dig in the day I was arrested, because the law in Malaysia is so funny that they believe in face expression. So the police who arrested me, they said the day they arrested me that I was not crying. So it shows that I'm aware of what I was carrying. But the truth is, I was shocked and I cried, and I was bleeding. They took me to the hospital because they felt I was going to lose my baby. So she tried to investigate, and she came up with...
Now the beating where them beat you now make you...
Yes, because while they were trying to make me talk, they don't believe I don't know about the drugs. So they beat me back. Every time I go for statements, it's different kinds of beating, and different police that will be beating me. They don't even mind, and they don't like black, so they don't care if you're a woman. There was one I was sitting, I didn't even knew. They were asking me a few questions. He just came with his boot. So when he gave me that kick on my face, I tumbled. That was how I started bleeding.
What?
So it was with the help of this lawyer now, Sergeant, which I have a contact. I think keep in touch with her and this white woman. So she said I should not worry, that she just felt like something tell her to help me, that she was going to help me. So then George was nowhere to be found, and he stopped calling my family, because my family, they were thinking it was his elder sister that did it to me. So they were like against the elder sister. He never said anything at first, because there was no way I could reach anybody, no call card to tell my family. So he was coming to give them lies that they just it was my passport, that something happened to my passport. It was a kind of fake visa, so they are working on it. They will soon release me.
Now waiting to tell your family.
And that was what I told my family.
He not tell them saying that the drugs were input for inside that bag. Allegedly.
At first he was trying to help. He was thinking it's something like he can handle very fast.
Madam, what did you say?
I said at first
Who was trying to help?
George was telling me that he will bring me out, he will bail me, he will blah, he will
Who
blah.
is George?
Which is my husband. I don't like calling him my husband, I'm sorry.
And you are saying he was trying to help?
No, that was what he told my father. I'm telling you what he was telling the lies he was feeding my parents.
I thought you are the one that is saying he's trying to help.
No, he was...
I for tell you, say make you just go back, go sit down.
No, I was telling you the lies he was feeding my family with. He said he has paid a lawyer, and they are working on it, that they will bring me out. But 1 year passed, 2 years passed, 3 years passed, 4 years still. He became like he don't know what to say. That was how he disappeared. So when he disappeared, my father and me, I was not calling my family. There was no call card for me. So my father just assumed the worst has happened. So somewhere around 2019, my father died of heart attack, because I was my father's favorite. So that was how.
And you still there for